Edition LLC. We're doing some much needed updates today. Have to be done today because I glitched something on my website. I don't remember what I did, but in a live stream something glitched on my front page and completely altered and changed the front page to something completely different. And it needed to be taken care of right away. I had to go in and blank the entire page, remove what I messed up on the page, and then come back in. I think it was Saturday, because Saturday I wanted to get out and do some stuff. And I had to stay in a little later to just add something to the front page because there was nothing there. So basically, with that being said, this gave me a chance to basically redo the front page, which I've been wanting to do, but didn't want to remove certain things, but being to have everything taken off and put back on again, I can redo it the way I want to do it. Also, too, the site needs some updating too, because I haven't been able to update the site because I've been doing a lot of the install. Sorry about that. A little tired. Let me see. Grab me a shirt. Go down and pick out some sugar for some hot tea. So I have juice here, but no tea. And I'd rather have tea than juice. So. I want to find that demonstration. I think my camera was cooking yesterday too. Let me see. I want to put that. Now, stuff we had here on the front page, we already have it on the demo page. The demo page is huge. So we have a lot of stuff on the demo page. I might just take the grid, the outside grid, and stick it on the demo page too. But yeah, everything we have here was on here. It's literally in the demo page. Let's see here. To put in, let me see. Let's see. That's just cap. It's all cap right there. It's not supposed to all cap. Gee whiz. Alright, let's shrink this. This is way too big. I move my mouse position pad here so I can basically correctly. 35. That's at 35. I'm gonna have to expand this just a little bit. grids before. I'd rather use a grid. Use a grid that's like one big, huge. We can throw everybody in there in one hit and be done. We got a lot of videos on that. That make things so much easier. Let me see. The only problem I have with the grids basically will bring up any old videos you have in grids, they will load up automatically. And library categories and grids, it's a little bit of a headache. And they're big, they're huge. So just in case, I'm gonna expand the page because the grid's gonna take up way more than this. I'm gonna need more room for the grid. Back there. Alright, this is off the map. No. There you are. Let's see where you're at. You're definitely not responding. That's much better. Okay. Slideshow. There's the grid. Okay. So as I explained to you, the grid is huge. Yeah, okay. We need to bring it down a little bit. I did a lot of updating on here. A lot of updating. Let me see. Manage videos. So we got it here. Yeah, it does. It has our videos in here from the last one. We need to make a whole new library. We don't want these because I want to put something completely different. Organize a channel. All videos, notifications, series. New channel. This is probably what happened. We just couldn't get a new channel to pop up in here. I don't want to drag and drop. Drag and drop will take forever to do it. Pricing is free. Channel title. See if this works. If this works, I mean, you can put grids in. Instead of putting like little video players, you can put just massive grids in, which will make things a lot easier. You're going to unload tons of videos into them. Let me see. Put a few videos in there. disclaimer page. Customers. Alright, let me see. So we have to drag and drop material. Can we upload? Can we do an upload instead? So we have to do an upload from previous saved videos, or we can drag and drop. Gee whiz, that kind of bites. Oh, that makes stuff even harder. How do we do this? I want to take from Crystal Beach. I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. I want to do it the hard way. I'm going to put video after this video in. Bounce this, how about this? Put, let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. I can put it in there right now. 10, 14, 14. So that's only 14. That's not. The grid's too big for that. The grid's more like 60, 70 videos. So we don't need that. The fact we gotta drag and drop videos, that sucks. We can't just load them in, which makes it so much easier. Just only a drag and drop and upload. Alright, that's gonna suck. Let's see my channel. Alright. They definitely changed that in there. Don't like that option. Really don't like that option. Settings. Channel. Layout, players. Alright, players. Players on lights and just okay. That's not in there. Alright, I'll have to do it this way instead. Take this out, delete the grade. Yes, thank you. There's a star field here. Alright, let's fix you. Let's go and change your background real quick. She's not supposed to be there. 3D. 3D block. There we go. Put you back. Let's see. I think I'm just going to. Let's just put the players in. You got enough for 14. Be nice. Talk about it. You don't need all that. if you're building a site, you see where it says right here, I try to help people out to build my site. See in your video player where it says play and loop, this is what you want to make sure you hit. If you hit autoplay, that means every last one of your videos will go into autoplay and it'll be quite noisy on your page. But you want to make sure you hit that, that's the most important thing. And the reason why is because other content doesn't come up on your channel, only yours. That's why you make sure you hit that right there. These are all the different selections that you can upload your videos from. YouTube is the only one that will allow you to hit the the play loop only. The rest of them won't let you do it. So you know that from the door. It's very easy to load your videos in. I'm curious if this goes through. Shorts usually have an issue with the players. They usually do. The reason why the Crystal Edge page can load a short because it's an older platform. It was a platform before all the updates came up. So that page can do things that this page can't do. This page is a newer page, so it does have problems with shorts. The other one doesn't have that problem. So let me see. From your computer, this is something uploading from your computer. None of these are definitely going to work at all, period. I wonder if we can load it through a Facebook player. If it would work. Nope. So this page is not going to take the application. Because like I said, the other page we have is much older platform. So we can get away with a lot more on that one. Before they put the new updates in. This page never had the new updates attached to it. I never did the updates because you know why. So we can't use the shorts. But we can use the other video demonstrations we do have here. This is our testimony to it from a church. We use this quite a lot. Before and after. Let me see. Okay, it's just me or was just not going through. Oh. No, okay. No, exactly what happened. Go for a minute. I gotta get rid of some of these videos. We got a ton of videos up here. This video I finally found. This is the video on the liquid fish tank. Let's see. Here we are. Is my back button not copying for some reason? Hold on for a minute. Let's try this again. Back button's not copying. Alright. I want to put that in there one more time. See what just happened. There we go. What the heck is going on? But you're not curious about this. Short. Alright. We can drag and drop this in. So there is again. Okay, how are we doing up there? First things first. These shorts, this one's a bit short. It's not there. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Lord, that one loaded. Because that's a short and that thing loaded. I want that short to load. Oh wait, did I go ahead and change the setting for loop? Let's see. No, we did not. All right, so here and change the man. Let's see. Change settings. Oh, this is an AR-12. Wow, this guy had a lot of our products. This is an AR-12 right here. And it's way back. So I'm putting on some of our past customer demonstration to show exactly, you know, how amazing our products are. I wonder if this goes through. Wonder if it went through. It's a 12. Let's see what happens. It may not, because it could be a short. Yep, it's a short. It's a short, it won't go through. But that's from a 12. We have that on the other website. That's where we go on the other website. That's where I'm taking it from. That is from a 12. Let me see. Where are we at on that one? This one? We're here, yeah. Oh, this is the gamer screen paint. Yes, the gamer screen paint. All right, let me see. This is from a guy called John T. He did a couple of videos for us on the 2.0. And these are our customer testimonies that we have here, right here. We've been doing, like I said, I can go back and pull up beta testers that we had under digital 4K black. Was it digital 4K black? I think it was. Or no, it wasn't black. It was dark onyx. Yes, it was. But we're not going to go that far back into the archives. We're going to need to. We're just going to use demonstrations right here. On a few of them up here for our customers when they come in. So you can see our demonstrations from our customers. And are you sneezing? And they can clearly see that, you know, none of our customers are stuck in dark environments. What's he doing? I'll be back. Tom was always doing something destructive. What's going on with you, Chief? Come here, hold it. Always doing something destructive. In 5 minutes to work on something, man. You're doing something reckless in the apartment, so I can't wait till I stop saying that. using. Yeah, that's running, so that's all good. What the heck? What is the system? Oh, that's coming from the Richmond phone. Where the frick is that coming from? I'm just hearing this weird music in the background on my speakers in the house, apartment. Oh, so glad when I can get back to saying house again. And for those that know, this is my first apartment. It will always be my last. At least I can say I had the experience of living in one. Gee whiz Louise. Man. Not used to it. I'm not trying to put people down who live in apartments. Really not. I'm just not used to living in an apartment. I never lived in one in my entire life. I've always had houses. Rented a couple rooms, went straight to a house and been in houses ever since. I'm used to walking out a front door and seeing property or land or whatever and having control over everything in the building. I'm used to that. I'm used to having a backyard. I'm used to having all that. I'm not used to basically walking out a door and seeing a hallway. Just not used to it. So I can't wait to get back to a house. Never do an apartment ever again. Not ever. It's funny because now when I walk down the street and they're doing a lot of condominiums and all kinds of places that they're building design, and they're all apartments. And I just look at them like, ugh, no, never doing that ever again. Houses only from now on. Ugh. Somebody's saying, well, that's I'm not putting people down who live in apartments. I'm not. It's just not for me. You know, I got a right to speak my mind on how I feel. I'm not going to sit there and agree to something saying, oh, I love apartments. No, I don't, because I'm not used to being in them. I used to be in houses all the time. I've rented all houses. I'm not doing the apartment ever again. It's just not for me. Some people like it. They love it. And they don't want to be in a house. That's them. At the end of the day, that's their opinion. You know, I respect their opinion. But for me personally, I don't like the apartments. I'm not a big fan of them. It just doesn't do it. All right, let me see. What video did we grab? What video are we grabbing? Oh, this one. This one we grabbed. It's for the 2.0. What in the world? Come on now. Let's be nice. Let's do things nicely here. That's not what we were looking for. We need to go back on that one. We need to grab this one. That's what we need. Two videos. Alright, I need to go in and update my pictures too on my products. Let me see. I need to switch this over to here so we can get this finished. We're about to get a storm. It's pretty cool outside. There we go. I'm gonna take that right there. Change that out. Let's grab another one. Alright, so when we did on site, we were on site with that one.
Okay, I do have your first case first made to convert our company's Black Series Edition LLC. We're using our dedicated.
This is how ultra short those are supposed to run. You know, I don't understand why, you know, I see so many demonstrations of these projectors sitting in the dark, but this is how ultra short those are supposed to work.
As you see, we're in a affiliated environment. We specialize in black technology and ambient light detection. You can treat your
What is it on there? We're doing something with the ceiling or something? I don't know. That's using there. Okay. I want to go back because it's not allowing me to go back for some reason. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do another video up there right now. Can you match me YouTube? Because literally, I'm so sick and tired of coming on YouTube and you look for ultra short those setups and fully lit environments, and every single one of them are in dark environments. I have no idea what the deal with that is all about, but that is just pathetic. It is just pathetic. All right, let me see. Those are the Titans. These are more outdoor screens. Let me see what we have here. That's just ceiling technology right there. We don't need that. We just did that video on ceiling technology. So that's not needed. This is at the, oh yeah, you put these up already. I can't wait until after 4th of July. This whole area is going to be filled with kids. They're going to be watching movies and all kinds of stuff up here, so I can't wait till they get a chance to enjoy the screen. We won't be recording any of that because there's kids in there. But I cannot wait. I also have a couple of people that I'm actually talking to in the city area, because this actually is in the city area. I showed them I did an installment over at this particular place over here, and they're going to come up and take a look at the screen. It's a good size screen too. Mind, these projectors are only designed to do 80 inches. The screen's about 120 inches. I have a projector that costs under $200 in a fully lit environment. And again, as I said before, the ultra short of demonstrations we've seen on YouTube, every single one of them stuck in the dark. So if you're doing demonstrations, and majority of your demonstrations are done in the dark, how would you be able to perform here? You know you have to pull a contrast level there too also. So you can't basically control what you want to watch there on video. You have to literally be to pull a contrast level in that environment. And if your screen can't pull, they are not going to change the lighting in the environment to accommodate the screen. They're just not going to do it. It's classroom. So that's a reason why, you know, proof that other screen paints just don't work. So you people saying, well, you know, my product works here, but they're not going to. They're going to be doing some demonstrations on outer space, teaching the kids about outer space and about, you know, science and all that stuff. And that's not going to work on a gray screen. It won't work on a white screen, and they're not going to change the lighting in the environment. So how is a gray screen or white screen going to be able to work in an environment such like this? It can't. It won't work. So let me see where we need to go from here. I'm trying to figure out. We'll just grab it from here because we just literally where we got it from. All right, so I'm gonna go in and grab this whole strip right here. I should have started from here. So this is a customer who did a demonstration on our 2.0. Because again, we have jealous individuals that are very upset by our products, and they try to make our products look like they don't work. Like I said, kind of hard to do when we have customers who do demonstrations for us, and hard to do when we're doing on-site installments for people walking by and seeing the screen all day. So that theory is pretty much out the window. It just comes down to basically just pure jealousy. That's what it comes down to. Let me get it right here. And like I said, we get these conversations that'll pop up, and they'll sit there and say, well, you said our product is house paint. Videos of you in a demonstration of your product matching house paint. That's pretty much a closed casket right there. There's no room for anything else. You're on a video and you're basically matching house paint. There's no room for any debate or argument there. What are you debating? What are you arguing? But, you know, to say our products basically are so dark you can't see them. Well, if that's the case, then, you know, it would be virtually impossible to put our screens into an install because the screen wouldn't show up. It'd be impossible. And mind you, these were done on a high-powered ultra short throw projector, claiming our products can work with ultra short throws. And like I said, find that hard to believe when we're using ultra short throws in environments that these projectors and setups don't even sit in. Yeah, that tells you right there. Any demonstration, I've seen these screens put in, they have to alter and change the environment. They have to turn lights out and stuff like that. It doesn't work. That stuff is so outdated, it's not even funny. Let me see. I need to grab a video for this one. So, did we not head here? Okay, I want to go back. This is what I was trying to find out before. Alright, well, we had the one with the bird on it. I want this one too. Alright, let me get this one right here. Maybe I should put the heavy face on there. Alright. Let's go back. Let's do happy customer. Yeah, let's try it. All this. Alright, let's put this one in. Are we with the whole video in there? Let me see, change that. Clip only. And he has another one here too. Let me see. Now I'm doing all this basically when we do live streams, it isn't to have tons of people in here. It's not about that. Live streams, basically when I'm doing stuff like this, is to document my work. Because I can always go back and see how I did a certain thing. This is just for documentation, that's all. Let me see. That's not gonna work. We need something else. Excuse me, people. Let me see. She's going to debug me again. Alright, let's go pull one up from. Oh no, let's get the custom with the live demonstration. I want that one there instead. I forgot about that one. We have to go into a Black Series to do it. Get that one. Let's see. Where's the Black Series? Is in there? Refresh for a minute. Go to the demo page. The demo page is the demo. Oh, I'm gonna need the section for window glass technology. So I'm gonna need to be in this section for videos. We need to upload to the front. Let's see. Tabletop projection, we definitely need to put that in next. Just got one more video to get. Oh, great goodness. I told you, Taco is always doing something destructive or stupid. What'd you do? What did you do? And where did you do it? Because I heard it. No, I ate something you weren't supposed to eat. I always eat something I'm not supposed to eat. Taco will find the most jacked up stuff and consume it and throw it on the plate. Dumb stuff. Man, go sit in the window somewhere. Stop doing dumb things. Don't work, don't got a job. It's the most destructive stuff I can think of. Get no more treats. You're done. Man. Get 5 minutes to finish my work. I'm gonna get this finished and get this done. Jumping through all the days, any other day. I'm not doing anything. He's sitting in the window staring out to the abyss. Anytime I get on the computer and starts working, he starts doing dumb stuff around the apartment. So I gotta get up and figure out what dumb is doing. So I'm gonna put him in his cage in a few minutes. I'm putting him in there until I finish my page because this has to be done. It's linked to my business cards. And every time I pass out a business card, people go to the website. I want them to see something professional, not some dinky half-built website that has a bunch of phony baloney nonsense on it. So I need to have this done. And this dumb is running around the house doing dumb stuff. One more time, Taco, you go into your little pen, your pen. You go directly to your pen for the day. Oh, man. If you understand, when you do a website, do you have any idea how many video demonstrations you literally have to have for a site? Alone, how many videos you have to do, and not on the same dumb stuff every day. You have to have so many different categories of what your product is designed to do. You can't be up there just doing demonstrations and just showing the same demonstrations in the same dark environment every day on the same projector. You have to have multiple projectors, multiple demonstrations outside, multiple paint-on applications. So these videos I'm going through, this is nothing. We had over 8,000. This is nothing on the website. The website has tons of videos, and this is nothing. I could go back into my archives under Digital One 4K Crystal Onyx and bring up a whole slew of demonstrations on that basic page alone by itself. I have to sit here and go through all these videos. We did a paint on demonstration. I'm going to put a section there for motorized projection screens because people ask us about motorized projection screens. They asked us what we can paint on. We have tabletop displays that have to be put on there. We have a lot of stuff and difference between our product and gray screens, all this stuff. Oh, here it is right here. These are, it's a demonstration on done live and customers. Supreme 8 is how called Supreme 8 demonstration. Let me see.
Using ambient projection over at a customer's house, painting in the screen, projector we're using is what I gave them.
That's a $60 projector. So it means when we start doing installs, customers don't have to be forced into buying particular projectors because that's what other companies will do. So, okay, we'll put the screen in, but you got to spend like $3,000, $4,000 to project the best image. No, because they're counting on the projector to produce the better image because the screen can't do it. Sad thing about it is, without the screen, the projector can't do it either. Let me see. That's why we backed it up when we showed you when we did installs. We did installs. We walked on somebody's property where we got permission, walked in there, and did we use 4K projectors in any of the setups? Nope. Did we use 1080p? Nope. All 720p. And those screens and those demonstrations are doing things that other screen paints and products on YouTube right now can't even do. They're in ambient-like controlled environments. You don't have to have all that stuff. They tell you have to have all that stuff because the screen can't make it up. If I made a great product right now, like these products they make now, I would advise you to go in and get a 4K projector. You know why? Because I know a 4K projector is going to make up for what my screen can't do. I'm going to advise you to get high amounts of lumens so that way we can deal with the fact that my screen does not work with ambient light projection. And I'm going to actually direct you to go out and get high amounts of contrast because I know my screen can't see contrast. And you're going to end up spending all this money for an expensive machine to find out that you're not getting nothing out of it. Yeah, good luck with that.
Could have been like live, that's live. Live.
I mean, you're gonna look at me in this way, and I'm trying to explain to people what other options do you have? Think about it. Without our technology, if I decide today to pull my technology and only offer it to companies and corporations only, what option do you have? You know what the companies and corporations are going to do with that product. They're going to drive the price through the roof because they know they have a clientele that will pay for it. It's like Bugatti. Bugatti doesn't care whether or not you have the money. They have a clientele that can pay for Bugatti. So what? You can't afford a $500,000 vehicle or $30,000. I'm sorry, way beyond $30,000 vehicle, up in the $100,000 range. They don't care. They got people that can pay for it. That's why you sit there and say, who's going to pay for this? Somebody must be paying for that because they're in business. So what options, do you have right now? Think about it. The other products can't pass the basic tones. They can't get past them. Every last one of them. Even Goose Screen can't get past the tone. And for those who know what tones are, these are paints that are made by Home Depot, Lowe's, and all of them make these great tones. All right, that eliminates all of them. Gunmetal technology. Well, again, it still comes back to the problem of having deeper pockets because, again, most people don't want to spend $3,000, $5,000 for a screen. And with people that call themselves making products, darker products, and we know who those individuals are, their screens can't even come up the color that they're supposed to come up. And that's a big issue. If you have a screen that's supposed to be dark gray and it comes up light gray, that doesn't work at all, period. And they're not even tested. So we're the only screen paint right now on the market that has more tests, more demonstrations, has a massive, huge history on how far we go back, and we have basically displayed our products on every single level you could possibly think of. Name one company anybody right now that's doing the same thing we're doing right now? Nobody. Even got the one fellow who changed over to darker paints explained something about a range gain. That doesn't even freaking exist anywhere in the world. There is no such thing. It doesn't even exist. That's like someone saying, hey, look, if you got a Honda Civic, it goes, I don't know how fast a Honda Civic goes. Let's say it goes 120 miles an hour, okay? Just off the top of my head, because I don't know, all right? If you paint this car blue, it now goes 160 miles. Do you know how stupid that sounds at the end of the day? Well, there you go. These are people that have no testing underneath their products. Where are the tests? There's no test. Where are they? And this is why when they get on camera, these products fail so hard, because there's no testing in front of them. So we're the only screen paint product that has test. And the test to be to back it up, I can walk into any establishment, put a screen up, and I said this on camera before going into an establishment. I can walk into any establishment, paint a screen in, and it will work on a projector that will cost them under $200. This is a schoolroom setting in here. They don't want to dim the lights in here. Right across from this side over to here is a computer room, a computer center on that side. So they don't want to change the lighting. The people I'm working with are very strict by the rules, and they said we're not turning out lights in here at all, period. This area must be, say, well lit at all time. They move items back from here to here. There's a major office behind here, and there's a front area there. They're not turning out the lights for anything. So if you have a gray screen here, how would it function? Say if they want to do something on planetarium, anything involving contrast, whatever, that screen, no, it's not going to maintain. Screen's going to wash out. Put a white screen there, it's going to do the same thing, it's going to wash out. That's the reason why they don't have any projection screens in there, because they had white screens in there and the screens were washing out, and it was a waste of time, and they put them down in the basement. Yeah. So, what other option would they have had? Go out and spend $5,000 for a gunmetal screen and spend some more money for a high-end projector? That just would have cost them a lot of money at the end of the day. So gunmetal option is out the door. They don't want to think about that. Gray products, they can't pull in there. They don't have even ambient light rejection technology. They can't run in there. They can't pull proper contrast level. And again, you still have to spend money for an expensive projector to fix what the screen can do. They don't want to spend the money for an expensive projector. Now what? What other option would these companies have at the end of the day? And I've talked to these people. So they don't want an expensive projector. They don't want to be stuck in the dark. And they have white screens. They've had projectors in the past. They don't work. And that's why they sit in the basement. So they need a screen that can pull up 100% contrast level, ambient light rejection, fully lit environment, has to be affordable, and they don't want to use expensive projectors. Voila! This is where our technology comes in.
I just finished painting the kill screen. If I move the camera to the side, it's because I don't have consent. So just showing you.
They don't want hard, complicated instructions. Paint the screen on the wall and be done. Can't be there in that environment a couple of hours or so forth. That thing has to be painted and done. So we decide to pull our company from all customers and decide to go into corporations and businesses only. What other option you have? This is what you're going to be faced with. You're going to be faced with somebody who's going to be trying to make a product that has no testing under it whatsoever. They don't even know what it's going to do at the end of the day. So you're messing around with that mess at the end of the day. We should call it what's the word for it? Roulette. We should call it roulette screen paints, because that's pretty much what you're dealing with. You have no idea what's going to hit you. There's no testing. There's nothing into products. Anything gray out there, well, it becomes a part of the tones, because again, Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, it can do the same thing. There's no, you watch somebody do it on YouTube, so yeah, it's proven that it happens. If you're worried about our prices, then yeah, go check out and see how much gunmetal will cost you at the end of the day. So you're talking about $3,000, $5,000 for 100 inch. We're not talking about 120 inch. It's 120 inch painted on that wall right there. Yeah, it's a lot more money than that. And those are not even weatherproof screens. You can't take them outside. And on top of that, majority of them are not ultra short throw compatible, which means you're going to have to buy a special screen for that, and that's going to cost you a lot more money than what you thought the previous screen was going to cost you. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So technically, without our company being there, you would be spending a ton of money. Companies would be spending a ton of money. And this is the reason why people are interested in locking contracts with our company and invest in our company, because we have technology that no one else has at the end of the day. And you got somebody sitting right now in a dark apartment on a 3,000 or 3,300 lumen projector, and they can't even do this. Matter of fact, not just one person, everybody we saw with that projector did the exact same thing and stuck in a dark environment. I guess they feel that's the normal. That is not the normal, people. That is sad. If you consider that to be the normal, that is pretty sad, because again, you don't have to be stuck in dark environments. It comes down to the screen. This is why when I watch demonstrations of people using very high-end, high-performance projectors, we know all that's coming from the projector. It's not coming from the screen. In order to prove that your screen paint or even projection screen is legit and does exactly what it's designed to do, you have to use projectors that are much poorer quality. If you can make a projector, what we have look like this in a fully lit environment, and I'm not talking about pull a bunch of pretty colors, because I see people do that, and well-lit environments, they try to pull a lot of bright colors to show their product works. I'm talking about show everything, show contrast levels, which is extremely important. They never show you this because, again, the screen won't work. I had to come back in and do some demonstrations with some contrast levels. I'll do that later on. I'll be there early before the kids get in. Besides, I got to do another screen upstairs. They only do a movie screen upstairs, so I'm not even done in here yet. This is the first one we put in. That card, that piece we had, that 50-inch, was basically to see exactly what kind of projectors we're using. Sorry about that. In the environment. Apparently, we're going to be using all ultra short throws. I mean, pretty much from what I've seen already, it has to be all ultra short throws. So, you know, you got black screen paint out there that's not even compatible with ultra short throw. Can't be used with an ultra short throw, which I have no idea why and how, but it's the most easiest projector to use. But anyway, it wouldn't work in here anyway. But we have to use all ultra short throws. As a matter of fact, in all the most of the majority of places we're going to be at, they're going to do ultra short throw setups. Let me see. Where we at? Did we get that last video in there? I think we got the last video. Okay, yeah, we got the last video. Let's see what this looks like. Did I go in and change this to loop? I gotta put the tabletop projections in next. Okay, that's looped. What's this one? This has gotta be looped too, right? That's looped. All right, let's do a save on this one. And let's do a publish on this one. Check this out in the preview. Okay, back to editing. Ugh. Sorry about that, people. Allergy seasons. Excuse me. All right, we got our outside demonstrations here. Projection demonstrations here. All right, that's all done. Let's see. I want to bring this down to we have set 50. I need to bring it down a bit more. That's better. 33 is perfect. And change this width. Come on. Can't do that if you're in the way. Alright. let's see, floor projection screen paints with our projector. Mapping. Mapping. Let me see. Mapping does not have. There's no piano, but you need to read that one. Change to 29. 29 is perfect. Let's change to this is why I sit there and tell y'all testing is important. People don't want to test their products, and you've seen it happen right on camera. Somebody painted a screen in, didn't even come out the color it was supposed to come out, came out a completely different color. Testing is important. You can't just throw stuff on the market without any proper testing. Because anything could go wrong with a product, anything. So I have to do a lot of testing. Let me see. I wonder if my black versus black, they should be popping up. They got the video players working. Let me see something back behind here. So I'm gonna check that out real quick. Where is my page? My page here. I want to see on my, now our products are black versus black demonstrations. This is where we test our products against just about everything. 1,000 lumen projectors, all kinds of tests, certified screens, because we got people that will come in and have deep pockets for certified screens. Let me finish this first because I'm jumping all over the place. Let me jump all over the place. All right. Let's see, ceiling projection technology. I'm going to change this over to another capital. We're going to capital C. Ceiling projection screen paints. In our 3D mapping. I'm going to change this over here. Using our space at 3D mapping screen paints. All right. Keep that there like that. And we had this at an editing. Gonna be nice. I need to hit that all the way across. This is 31. I need to get this in 29. Why are we rising? 29, 29, 22, 23. Come on, 29. There we go, perfect. 29. All right, that's perfect. 29. Let's get this adjusted. Let's see. Bring this to 29. I'll leave that 30. There'll be a little build on that one. All right. That's better. All right. Sorry about that, people. Save this. This is already saved. Okay, that's saved and done. Let's finish with videos. We have video players. Good, good, good. We have the customers right here. Do we have this at 29? Let me see. 29. 35. I'm gonna take it at 31. All right. No, 31. What's this coming in? Okay, yeah, it looks like it fits perfectly. Okay, customer demonstrations here. Some more customer demonstrations. And then here at the bottom, I'm going to expand again. For expansion page pop up. All right, I'm gonna put the tabletop projections in there. So we don't need this, we'll take that out. And then we'll go on over expand our page. The page a little bit bigger, so we can add some more videos into that. The layout. All right, wait for the machine to figure out what it wants to do. It does this from time to time. So let's see what happens if it does notice. There we go. A few little hiccups in there, don't even worry about it. It works its way out. Let's go over and grab something to design our background. Yeah, let's go to 3D Blender. Let's see something. Oh, we can change it later on. If I get an idea when I change, I got time to alter and change anything on here, so we can kind of work from there. So we can go from there and change it. Change it back to this one. Let's see. Okay, from here to here, I need you to disappear. Okay, spin out page reset. We are magnified, I don't know why. Let me see. Did we save anything? That doesn't make a difference. I think we did save. We did save. Let's see what's going on here. This is a weird error that keeps popping up on the page, and there's something to do with the magnifier, which I have no idea why it does this. sun's coming up today. Let me shake my head. What mischief and trouble are you getting yourself into right now? Look at me. Hmm? All right, so where are some of my videos at? There you just put in a whole mess of videos in the one section. Okay, so 8 popping in place. There we go. Here's the customer, okay, perfect, perfect. I want to check the black shop. Oh, we're going to have to change this policy just a little bit because the only screen paint that will work under this is the new Valva paint we have here. Valva and WeMax screen paint we have here. This is the only one that'll work. So if you have one of those projectors, this is the option you have to hit. We have several people come in and ask us where the paint is at. That's where it's at. I want to make sure our demos are popping up at the bottom. That's what I want to make sure. These are black versus black test demonstrations. And in every screen paint product that you purchase, you need to see these tests. If these tests are not available on the website, don't buy it. Because you know why? You can match it with one of the tones. That's the problem you're going to have. That's the problem they're going to have, not you at the end of the day. So to the customer, consumer, they don't have any test demonstrations showing their products going against other black products. We have to go against black paint, black fabric, you name it, we have to go against. So that way, at the end of the day, that customers don't think that we're shipping them a can of black paint at the end of the day. So they're being scammed. So you have to make sure that if you're buying products from anybody, that they have to have these test demonstrations on display on the website. If they're not there, then you don't buy. It's simple and plain. Because the last thing you want to do is buy some great paint and find out that it's the same thing as Benjamin Moore, Sherman Williams, or anybody else at the end of the day. You could have literally saved yourself hundreds of dollars by just going down to any convenience store and buying the exact same thing that you would have purchased for 60, 70, 80, or 100 bucks off of any other platform. That's why. Now, I'm not going to go back into it because, like I said, you already know from the door, we have it on the blacklist. There's someone who literally did this in a live stream, which is basically a major red flag to anyone who sells great paints at the end of the day, that your stuff has to be tested, because if it isn't, again, consumer can go and get a gallon of this. We bought a gallon of this up for 15 bucks. Easy on Camera made a mixture of making three different screen paints. That would have cost the consumer 80 to 90 bucks a piece. So if you don't have these tests, you don't see these tests popping up at the bottom, they can't display any of these tests, if they can't do any of these demonstrations, and guess where you need to go? You need to go to Sherman Williams or one of those places, and that's where you need to go buy from. These are how many demonstrations we have on black versus black. We got them dating all the way back to 7s. This is a 7 sitting here right here. So you have to have these tests. Any facility, any place we go in and we install a screen or put in a screen to do business with a customer, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, I can probably do the same thing with black paint. And we have to prove that they can. So if you're watching a gray screen and you're looking at this thinking, and you ask them a question, I can do this with gray paint. And they said, no, you can't. There's a huge difference. They got to show you that. If they're not showing you this, then guess what you need to go do? You need to go out and buy yourself some paint from another place. Now you see that white level right there? See that test demonstration right here? This is Black Dynasty Black, and this is right here something called Black Magic by Lowe's. That right there is a cover to a projector case because it was black, and I thought it'd be cool to put against the screen because we were getting run out of ideas. That right there is black fabric. See the difference between the white level our technology generates and this? Then that's what we have to show in demonstrations and displays. So if any one of these guys had to do one of these demonstrations right here, you got to be on site and you have to be able to show that your product works. And somebody walks up and says, hey, what's the difference between your product and me going down to Home Depot and buying me a container of great primer? What are you going to do? What are you going to be to do? Can you show them that there is a difference? Because we can. There you go. If you can't, if a person who develops these products, if you can't answer that question right off the bat, then you shouldn't be selling products and you can't back your stuff. This stuff is supposed to be, to any consumer out there, this stuff is supposed to be, these videos are supposed to be right here on the site for you to see. And we got these at 1,000 lumens too. Actually, I have a demonstration here where I've actually made, here it is right there. I made 4 different versions of black paint, black screen paint to put against our product. Guess what? It failed. Fabrics failed. I want to put on the demonstration. As a matter of fact, we got more to go. We've got 3 more to go on here. This is where we made our own black paint live. All these were done live on camera for everybody to see. And they won't do that, of course. Somebody did try this and they failed miserably. And I mean miserably. They did it twice and they failed miserably. They matched the product. Can't match, it's gotta be different night and day. Fabric, yeah, we've done that already. We did a demonstration because we used to give away black fabric with our products. And a customer came up and said, hey, why don't we just keep the fabric and give you back the product? And they did. And then they found out that their white levels came up too dark, their colors were coming out too dark, and they messed up. No, we won't sell them the paint again. You know, get on my nerves at the end of the day. I'm the one that makes this technology. Maybe you want to alienate yourself out, then knock yourself out. We already know what's going to happen. Look, at the end of the day, I love saying that word, at the end of the day. I want to put that on a t-shirt soon. Let me explain something to you. If we deny your order, I know what's going to happen to you. I know your options already from the door. I've done tons and tons of research on screen paint products and certified projection screens. I know what your options are right from the door. I know how much money you're going to have to spend. I know exactly how much it's going to cost you. If we sit there and say, nope, I don't want to be bothered with you, do you have any idea what you're going to face once we basically let you go? I'm telling you right from the door. And if you think I'm joking, go look around and find out. There's no one that has our technology. Nobody. Anywhere. We're the only ones who have it. I've been in business for 12 years and no one's been able to match my stuff in 12 years. That's a heck of a record. So if we decide that we don't want to sell to you, we know what you're facing already. You're facing a whole bunch of untested products that even the people who make them themselves don't even know what it's going to do. So that is your nightmare right there. And as for calling yourself saving money at the end of the day, well, the only direction you can pretty much go after us is into certified. And we beat the crap out of certified on so many levels. It's not even funny. So you just spent $5,000 for a projection screen that we literally can overpower at under $300 at 150 inches. Oh, I'm sorry. At $300 would be a gallon. So at 250 inches. And you got it at $100. I'm sorry. You got it at $3,000 or $5,000. 120 would cost you $7,000. If you want a DMP Supernova at 180 inches, it would cost you around $18,000. So when people sit there and say, oh, your prices are way too high. Well, you show people at the end of the day they're doing our demonstrations and backing their products up the way that we do, and then you get back with us. Where's my test demonstration page? Here we go. And this is not even half of our test demonstrations. This is what we put on the site. Our site literally has so many demonstrations on it. We can actually, at one point, our site started to slow down. See this right here? This is a certified projection screen test. That means that technology right there has turned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 certified screens into a white sheet of paper. Got to be the back of your products. So that light they're generating off the surface. Oh, I forgot. These are the certifieds. These are 4 sheets of white paper. So anytime we go into a room and somebody says, well, what about certified? How does your product compare to certified? We've done certified. That's why it's right there. And if I'm going to say my product is the best, I have to be able to prove it's the best. I go on against the top screens on the market. And the top screens on the market aren't screen paint. It'll be gunmetal certified technology. They can't even register color. The screens generate way too much water. Look at the color pattern test. So knock yourself out. Go buy a certified. We beat that with no problem. You just went out and spent like $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 for a screen that we could take out at around $364 at a gallon. Mine that paints the screen size of a massive 250-inch screen. Fully ultra short though compatible, and we can go outside. You're not taking a $5,000 certified screen off your wall and taking it outside. I guarantee you won't do that. Our technology picks up 100% contrast level. No certified screen until they develop a black one can do that. They only pick up gray, a darker gray, which means they can't see a 100% black level. Only our technology can. The whole purpose of the gunmetal technology is to pick up a darker contrast level and much more richer color, because contrast and color play hand in hand. You can't pick up 100% contrast if your screen is dark gray. It has to be black to do it. Yep. And then as for the ceiling and light projection by Elite Screens, so they have the best ones for basically ultra short those. We've done those. It's black on black, certified projection screens. We've done even black on black in the max out environment where meters don't pick up. We've done it at 1,000 lumens. On this one, you have to do a white surface test and a black surface test at the same time on your screen. So the question is, where are your tests? Yeah, they don't have any tests. No tests at all whatsoever. We got 2 websites. This is gunmetal technology. They claim to have gunmetal. You don't have gunmetal technology. Your gunmetal is way too light to be gunmetal technology. Number one, you see how dark that is? That's gunmetal right there. That's true design gunmetal. And we could do this in a fully lit environment. How in the world, this is the part that I'm gonna give you, how in the world do people claim to have gunmetal and you're in dark environments? How? Do you know gunmetal can absorb light because there's a much darker screen, which means ambient light rejection technology works much better on a much darker screen. So how do you claim to have gunmetal and you're sitting in a dark environment? Where does that even work? Good, forget it. Just forget it. Because it's just completely pointless sometimes. It really is. If they can't understand the concept of gunmetal at the end of the day, gunmetal, because they're darker screens, have a much more vantage point when it comes to ambient light rejection technology, which means they can basically survive in much more well brighter environments because the screen is darker, it absorbs light. So if you're claiming your product to be gunmetal and you're in a dark environment, that's not gunmetal. You know how dark gunmetal is? When you get to like perfect gunmetal, the perfection of gunmetal is to have a screen tilting right on the edge of black but not being black. The closer you get to that edge, the more you perfect the gunmetal. People think at the end of the day, because if they make light gray products all day long and they make it a little bit darker, it falls in the category of gunmetal. No, it doesn't. And where's your test? Do you see how that image looks in a fully lit environment? That's on a 720p projector. See how crisp the image looks? This is how gunmetal reacts, how it's supposed to look. Real true gunmetal. Amazing images, either inside or outside. I've done these demonstrations outside at around 4 o'clock in the evening. I do not get it. That's what I said. This is what it's coming down to when it comes to screen paints. People are just making anything, putting anything in their specifications, and this is what it is. Gee whiz Louise. 1,000 lumen demonstration. It's 1,000 lumens now we're running. We are back, and again, I don't know what to call this section right here, the light box, I don't know. I think we're going to call it the meter max out zone. The meter max out zone. That's where we came to nickname it, meter max out zone. The fact that we have a ton of ambient light environment. I'm using my work lights. These are 820 by 1200 WXGA. We swap that out for a 720p crispy projector at 4,000 lumens, and now I have it at 1,000 lumens. Right there, this is my Sony UPL X. It's a shame because we don't see these tests being done. These tests need to be done, but they're never done. There's the grid. This is the giant grid right here. This is our outside grid. So this shows in this grid that we have the most outside demonstrations on and off YouTube. This is our entire grid untouched, which means no one's been able to do demonstrations on this level yet under our technology. This is a giant grid. I gotta look this up real quick. Let me see for a minute. I'm gonna go to second on our shift key. Answer them real quick. But you're supposed to have those tests. I don't know how people are marketing products without tests. Where's my hallway lights on? We never have hallway lights on. Test. I don't never could understand why no tests. So this is how it is. People just make products, no tests attached to them. We just throw them out there. Oh, they're done. They don't require any testing. That's just how it is. That's pretty sad. There's consequences for not doing tests. You have to do tests. It's very important to do tests. Let me see. So I want to shrink this a little bit better. No, we're magnifying it. Oh, no, you're trying to magnify me. Stop it. Stop it. I see what you're doing. Stop it. Bring it right back down. Okay. We're having some problems with the page. Page is acting weird. All right, let's go back in and let's magnify. Nope. Let me get my page back here. There we go. All right, that's better. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Where is the afternoon side? We got customers coming up on that side. We don't want to touch that. Alright, there we go. Alright, better. We want to make sure we don't have anybody's information popping out. Alright, there we go. Now we know the people who come into the room and disappear and pop out and disappear. We know who you are. You're naysayers at the end of the day. You don't like it when I see certain keywords. I know that for a fact. I've been doing it for years. I've been watching you guys and studying your behavior patterns. And when I say certain keywords, you zone out of the room because you know it's true. You're supposed to have testing under your products. And there should be slews of demonstrations on your products being tested on just about every level you can possibly think of. This is why the philosopher, and this is a person who called himself making a screen paint product and failed miserably while doing it, in the middle of having someone paint down his screen, came out a completely different color. How is that possible? Well, because there was no test done at all, period. If there were multiple tests being done, it would have popped up somewhere along the line and you go, okay, this is a problem that needs to be fixed. You can't troubleshoot a problem if you don't know exactly how to fix the problem because you didn't do any tests. That's why your product did that. For the other fellow who sat up there in a live stream and matched the house paint, guess what? You didn't do any testing either. Because if you did testing, you'd realize your stuff matches about 90% of the stuff that's online right now. Literally matches it. And that's why he became embarrassed. And that's why their products don't sell. That's why their prices drop. you have no test. Let me see. Don't test, more page. These, because we don't need these. This is actually one of the ones I want to. Where's the one with the liquid? Because I couldn't find that one for Jack. I finally found it. Right, that's not it right there.
Okay, people, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Berg. I'm a creator of Luminous 4K screen painting using ambient light projection technology. Game times 7 and 8. Ambient light controlled environment. We don't do that here. I don't do.
No, we don't do ambient light controlled environments. You see the same demonstration we have here? That was, can keep in mind, people, this is supposed to be fake and not real. It never happened. That's what they believe, that, oh, this was all done with special effects. Interesting. All done with special effects. So this customer also too, this was all done with special effects too, right? You know, you naysayers at the end of the day, you really starting to sound like somebody behind the back of a 7-Eleven with a tinfoil cap waiting for the mothership to come back to Earth. You really sound like that. So that's supposed to be not real too, right? Okay. Yeah, guess what? This is not real either. This is on site. Here's my screen is actually still sitting there on site. So this is not real either. So the same thing we displayed in a home at my place, at a customer's place, at his place, and now on site. Where in y'all demonstrations, it's the same dark demonstration every single day. You're in the same environment. Any environment we've ever seen your screen paint being displayed at, the environment has been manipulated in order to operate the screen. The church, the environment was darkened. The whatever that place was supposed to be, some kind of school or wherever it was at, or some kind of place, they had to take out the lights in the front because the screen was washing out. In our demonstrations, lights are on, customers, lights are on, and any insight we walk into, we walk through this entire building and set up that screen, and that screen popped up everywhere we walked at. I got 150 way back there in the back. Products don't work. And as I said before, you know, they're ranting and angry with me at the end of the day. What are you angry at me for today? I worked to get mine. I worked years to get mine. You're mad because you don't want to roll up your sleeves and you don't want to work. That's the problem. You want to continue to ride the gravy train to basically feed off the normal, which is basically screens are supposed to wash out when you turn the lights on, and they require expensive projectors, and you have to calibrate to get your colors correctly and spend the money for high contrast and blah, 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 blah. You want to feed off that dumb nonsense instead of basically trying to make change. You don't like me at the end of the day because I make your job harder for you. I make you work. That's what it is. Because people expect for your product to work just like mine. And because you can't do that, the only excuse you have is, oh, his product doesn't work. That's all fake. Well, I'm curious how anyone walking in that environment seeing that screen is going to sit there and say, well, you know, hey, he must be using special effects. Or how's that even going to work at the end of the day? That's not in my home. You know that, right? That's in another place right now. So anyone walking and seeing that screen, how do you explain that at the end of the day? That he has special settings on his camera to do that? So how am I going to trick the person who's walking in here, or individuals that are walking in here that are seeing that? How am I going to trick them? What was the topic? Our screen was so dark you couldn't even see it. How would we even get away with that? How is that possible? How would we do it? See, now when it comes down to what people are now, those other people, not people we do business with, but the people who were on the fence about back and forth about us, now they're full on board with us. You know why? Because now they see us doing these demonstrations off site, and they know that, oh, that can't be camera settings because he has it in a real area that's not even his place. Duh. Which we've been telling you for years. And it comes down to showing at the end of the day that you guys are jealous to make up such lies like that because you were afraid of our products. And because you want to continue to ride the gravy train and deceive people at the end of the day on selling them products that, again, ultra short, those can be used in fully lit environments. They don't have to be stuck in dark environments. That's just somebody who does this to basically make their screen work because it doesn't work in a fully lit environment. You have to be an ambient light controlled. No, you don't. You have to spend money like WeMax and Valva. You have to spend all this money to get a 150-inch screen of an ultra short throw. Lies, 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 lies. You can do that with any projector we have right here. We did it at 150 inches with no problem. It comes down to your screen. The projectors that they use in their demonstrations, so that's their knockoffs. But the projectors that they're using are shortchanged. Optima P2. Come on, all the demonstrations we saw on that projector, I couldn't find one demonstration of that projector operating in a fully lit environment. Not one. Not just with one person, not one. Anybody else, we just couldn't find them. Can't put contrast levels, nothing. It comes down. Your projector can do more than what you think it can do. The only problem is you just have to have a proper screen. That's what it comes down to. I have to have a proper screen.
Display this in your home theater step and trying to apply this. You're not going to be able to see that 100% contrast on it.
You see that right there? That's a 180-inch screen displayed off a ceiling with the light in the center of the screen. And you get people that are scared to death to turn lights on their environment because they're afraid the screen's going to wash out. That is displaying a 100 black universe right there to the ceiling with lights on.
What you're seeing here, and again, the gray screen is definitely going to fade out for art.
So if a gray screen has to do an installment like this, let's say at a casino or whatever they have it at, how would it work? And they have to have the lights on. Not going to work. They don't want to hear ambient light controlled environments. They don't want to hear any of that nonsense.
Like I said, you were doing this with a white ceiling, you have automatic washout.
If you're doing an infinity ceiling for your home theater setup, what color are infinity ceilings for ceilings? They're black. They're not gray and they're not white. Ah, literally saying it as basically as I'm saying it. They're black. They're not gray. And infinity ceilings start off, cheapest ones start off at $2,000. They range from 10 to 20 grand. Okay, well, site's updated. We got everything added onto that. That's all finished and done. I'm completed on that. And that's it from there. We had a couple of days off. I'm gonna sit there and just watch movies. I had a couple of movies I'm dying to watch. I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. So then we get back to getting orders out the door, get everybody taken care of from there. Now, those who ordered the Valva paint, just let you know, you'll be shipping out on the 5th of July, because that'll be after 4th of July. We'll have you shipped out and you'll be good to go. The Valva paint that we have is, well, reason why I brought it back was due to the fact, and we added enhancements to it, was because, as I said before, we're going to be doing a lot of on-sites, and chances are we're probably going to run into a couple of businesses that are going to have these projectors sitting in place. And what am I going to tell them? Well, Black Technology doesn't work with it, and it doesn't work with it at all because we can't install it in with it. We have to give them something, and I don't want to miss out on some extra money, so I am going to bring back the valid technology we developed for those particular projectors. We made that stuff a long time ago because we had customers that didn't read through the proper specifications that we have listed on the web page, and they bought it anyway. We advise you read through that stuff, please. That's why we put it there. Not a bunch of mumbo jumbo like the other site. Everything we have on there is from actual testing, so that's why we advise you to read through all that information, please. Your projector might not be compatible. We have a section right there in plain view showing you what projectors are supported by. And we had literally people who were buying it, and they come back and says, "Oh, it's coming up too dark. I can't see it." And I go, "What projector do you have?" And they'll name some freaking crazy projector. I'm like, "We don't support that projector. We literally have it right there on the website. We don't support them." And then we have to make something and bring and ship it over to them so that way it'll work better than what they had. But you know, it's the black technologies are going to work on it. So that's where the Valve paint came in. So now there's a product right there that you can order that will do. It'll give you. It'll look. Trust me, it'll be much better than that freaking Valve screen because that thing was a freaking embarrassing. That wasn't embarrassing. That screen, what was like $800, $700, $800 for a 100-inch and $1,000 for a 120-inch, and it matched a white screen. Are you kidding me? Went out and just bought a white screen. That was the case. Okay, well, that's basically about it. I have to tell you the truth. The funny thing about that projector has a 3,000 to 1 contrast. That is really, really poor, especially for a projector that costs that much money. That's very poor. The NEC projector behind me has 4,000. You know how old that projector is? That 720p projector I'm using to demonstrate. That thing is really freaking old. And it has 4,000 to 1. And it has more contrast than a Valve projector, which has 3,000 to 1. Do you know how poor the setup is going to be when you're dealing with a screen that can match a white screen? Do you know the contrast on a white screen? There's nothing there. It doesn't even exist. And when you have a screen so light that it matches a white screen, like we saw in the Valve projector, and your projector has a 3,000 to 1 contrast from the door, do you have any idea how poor your contrast levels are going to look? It's going to be pretty bad. Really, really bad. And then you have a lumen count. Well, even at a lumen count, we get a lumen count of 1,000 lumens. We could pull it on a black screen with no problem in a fully lit environment. But I mean, good grief. But then again, you're ultra short. The ultra short throws does not require 3,000 lumens on an ultra short throw. You're sitting on top of a screen. I swear, it's mind-boggling, and it's a shame how, you know, if this was way back then, people would get more educated on projectors. Nowadays, they don't educate you on jack. They just show you whatever. You know, the concept of having high lumens on a projector were designed for long throw projectors because you have to be at a distance, which means you have to travel. And if you have to travel with lumens, and the brighter your environment may be, your lumen count is going to start to drop dramatically before you make contact with the screen. You need a certain amount of lumens to make the screen generate. So that's why they put in high amount of lumens on long throw projectors. That's why you don't see 7,000 lumen ultra short throws and 10,000 and 20,000 ultra short throw lumens because it's not required. 3,000 is not even required. You don't need 3,000 lumens on an ultra short throw projector. Heck, you don't even need 2,000 lumens. You can get that to run off 900 lumens. You're sitting on top of a screen. You're less than a foot away from a screen. Why in the world would you need 3,000 lumens at a foot away from a screen? You would need that on a long throw, not on an ultra short throw. That's insanity. So you got a screen that's already washing out from the door because of the lighting environment, and you're going to introduce it to 3,000 lumens right up on top of the screen, less than a foot? Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh man, I swear. You got to understand the physics of it all, people. You really don't. But it just shows you really don't need that much. So with that being said, that you don't need 3,000 lumens. The fact that we're watching projectors on YouTube right now at 3,000 lumens and 5,500 lumens sitting right up on top of a screen, and they're still stuck in a dark environment and can't see jack. That tells you a lot. That's 36. On those projectors, they're 36. That's a lot of lumens. So you have more than enough lumens. If you're using ultra short throw, you have more than enough lumens on your projector. If you have a projector of 3,000 lumens and your image doesn't look like this, if you're not pulling up images crystal clear, you can't see 100% contrast, that's not your projector's problem, that's your screen's problem.
That's my crazy game projector, which I call some game myself. That's why it's so strange.
And we did this on an Optima GT 5500 outside at 140 inches. It's your screen. That's the problem you're having. Let's see. So I put in ultra short though ambient light projection setups. Now what you just saw a few minutes ago, this is how we compare. The demonstration that I just played a few minutes ago and all that lighting, I'm expecting to see demonstrations doing the exact same thing that I just displayed. I'm gonna mute this. There you go, rest of my case. It's an ultra short though projector setup. It's a Valvo. There's a screen right there, 100-inch screen. Throw the screen together. I have no idea why they do this. This doesn't make any, this is just stupid. Why would you take your cell phone out, any flashlight, and hit the screen with to show that it's absorbing light, but you do the entire demonstration in the dark? It doesn't make any sense. Once you just turn all the lights on and just turn the, no, forget it. It's just, again. So, as you can see, if you don't know the difference between black, you see that little statue right there? That's black. You see his shirt? That's not black. That's not black. This is washed out. That's completely washed out. So none of this is showing contrast at all. And the environment is dark. It's dark. I had a conversation with this guy. I talked to this fellow. I've talked to him on Facebook. Me and him got into a conversation. He was saying that his videos were showing the environment in a fully lit environment, and I showed him a demonstration outside with the Optima GT55 outside, and that conversation ended real quickly. So now, again, this is an ambient light projection screen. The only time you really should be in the dark, unless you're watching a movie, that's it, because you want that movie theater experience, that's it. But other than that, and watching TV shows, why are you sitting in the dark with an ambient light projection screen? Why is the window covered up? The window shouldn't be covered up. This is an ambient light rejection technology. Oh, Jesus, I swear. And the environment is still dark. Dark corners, everything's still dark. And here we are back in the dark again. So majority of the demonstration was done in a dark environment. It's got a light right there on. Oh, why is it black shades around it? That covers up too much light. We take the shade off the light and turn the light. Forget it. And this is what I'm talking about. We see this all day. This is what I see all day. I have to do research on everything, so I see that all day. That's what ultra short does are supposed to react. That's what they're supposed to do. Because the environment they had was it was like a cave, it was so dark in there. If you had stuck that projector in here in this fully lit environment, it'll wash clean out. That's how it's supposed to react. It's not supposed to be in the dark like that. That projector costs like $150 or $140 tonight. No, $178 or $170 for that projector. Okay. Really? More places to get stuff on that. I gave you too much of that stuff. It's my fault. I gave that much stuff. I mean, anyway. So they're watching demonstrations with people with ultra short throw projectors with doors open and furniture blocking windows and all kinds of nonsense. Little bits of window on the side, a little bit of light. No, that's not ultra short. Those aren't supposed to react that way. This is how ultra short those are supposed to react. Yeah, I think it's my fault. I think I gave you way too many treats last night. Yeah, too many treats. Now I want only 2 treats. That's all you're getting, 2 treats. I spoiled you last night. Roz. Spoiled you last night. Gave you 2 treats. Right. You want to attack my leg? Ouch, not my feet, you joker. Weirdo. Ugh. So I guys spent, I don't know, probably about $3 grand for that projector. Another, say about 100-inch screen sitting up there, about $800. And you can't do that on all that money you just spent. that's supposed to be the normal. Oh well. Let me see.
To ambient controlled environments for any of my demonstrations.
Now inside the house, I walk outside. That's a $68 motorized projection screen with my custom built stand, and I can go watch a movie outside. I think Sony DPO FA30, that projector cost me $300. That's it. That's crazy in there. Oh, it's way back. No, way back, way back. Optima GT 5500 on the floor. Screen size customized, 126-inch customized built. And sitting in dark environments. Are you kidding me? With an ultra short though? It's no distance though on that thing. That's the part I don't understand. This is the part that basically baffles me about these ultra short throw setups we keep seeing. Excuse me about kicking the camera stand. Why are you guys sitting in dark environments? You are right up on top of the screen. That projector right there, Optima GT 55 and 56s are designed to do 100-inch screens only. They're not designed to do 126. Ours is at 126 inches. We don't lose any picture quality, nothing. There's no fuzziness, there's no distortion, nothing. The image makes it crystal clear and sharp. By the company's guidelines and by their regulations, you have to be at 100 inches to maintain a sharp image. Yeah, it's because you're using white and gray screens at the end of the day. That's why. They can't maintain contrast, and contrast involves in detail and depth. Now, for people saying, oh, he's just speaking a bunch of gibberish. No, I don't speak gibberish because I can back it up. I got tons of videos to back up everything I say out of my mouth. When you're talking about range gain, about how if you paint a screen with the exact same screen paint, that the gain is going to change because you paint it slightly differently, that's nonsense unless you can show that actually is physically possible. This is the reality. This is how your ultra short throw projector is supposed to function. Not stuck in the dark trying to figure out where your coffee table's at. See the difference between that environment and that environment? Big difference. Big, big difference. Look at this. In the dark with an ultra short throw. Don't understand that, never will. Yeah. Never understand this nonsense. Never will. How much time do we pour into this? Oh, we're done with the updates and stuff. I'm finished. I'm done. Never do these demonstrations correctly. Let me go over here real quick. I'm gonna go. Well, I'm done. I'm gonna go to the store, pick me up something to eat. Probably get some. I want some tea today. Got to urge some hot tea. I know it was hot outside. I want some hot tea. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Keep in mind, when I talk like that, I'm not yelling at people at the end of the day. I'm just frustrated because I just expect so much better. These machines are so much more advanced than what we use, and they're just in these dark, poorly lit environments. And they want to make consumers believe that that is normal. That's not normal. That's absolutely awful. But gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.